Hi everyone, this is AlphaAli. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's doing okay. So today I'm doing a new VOD review. This is for Amber. It's actually Amber's first ever VOD, so we're going to get started and basically have a look to see how this new Mercy is doing, basically. They are a silver one, and this was a win, and they just put this game is honestly okay. I guess I'm struggling with my positioning on some parts, and I was heal botting a lot, which seems to be a problem of mine when I also panic. I feel like I'd also prevent some deaths if I got to them quicker, so I just need advice. Okay, so overall, Amber, I feel like we should definitely kind of like, because obviously that's a lot of things that you've come to me with. I feel like whenever I do these, I always try to kind of focus on like one key thing basically, but I'll still help once in a while with like all the little bits basically. So yeah, so I guess we'll kind of like just hop straight into the VOD, but would you like your own free Mercy VOD review? I do them live on my Twitch on Sundays at 2 PM in the UK, but don't worry if you can't make that time, as I also do them offline and upload them straight to YouTube as well. They only cost 7,500 Koala Moolah, or channel points as they're probably better known, which you can get completely for free by watching like my streams basically. I also stream on Wednesdays, Fridays and Saturdays at around 5:30 PM UK, so be sure to hop on over there, get saving, and you can have your very own VOD either shown live on stream or be done offline and just be posted to YouTube afterwards. For more info, do not be afraid to hop into the stream or come and join the Koala Creek Discord and ask one of my lovely mods over there. The link for that will be in the description. Now, back to the VOD. And yeah, so I guess we'll just get straight back into the VOD. Basically, we have Amber on today. I love Amber as a skin personally. I feel like it's really, really cute. So I'm going to end up basically just seeing how we end up doing. If I can load up the replay. Sorry, this is my second VOD doing it on the PC instead of doing it on, what's it called? Doing it on console. Already this is fine. So can I just say your heal button here is completely fine. And the reasoning is because we have ourselves a Lucio, right? Lucio Mercy is so, what's it called? Obviously, I guess hard to play, especially if your team aren't coordinated, because obviously you have to focus on trying to heal your, what's it called? Obviously try to keep up all your team as well as trying to damage boost. So it's absolutely fine you trying to be out here and what's it called? You being out here and healing. I think we're on PC as well looking at the sense, because your sense is very fast, sweet. That's fine, because obviously it took so much damage. We could definitely get in and res this, though. As soon as your soldier gets a little bit safer, we can definitely get in and res, which is exactly what you end up doing. Just unfortunately you end up getting javelined. We should definitely got it for a little bit sooner, so that Orisa wouldn't have her javelin online. But it's on console? Amber, I'm gonna be... Can you keep up with this? This is faster than what's it called? This is faster than what I normally use. Holy wait. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep watching you, but if I feel like you need to tone it down, then I'll let you know. It feels slow. That is insane, man. Because I play with mine like a little bit fast. Obviously not like massively fast, but this feels really, really fast. Holy. But we'll keep going. Nice heals here. Obviously, nice that you get your beam straight onto your soldier for the damage boost. Nice. Getting, obviously, there to your sim. Really, really nice. Nice damage boost here. Very, very nice. Really well played so far, though. Honestly. So this is an opportunity that I would spend damage boosting instead of healing here. The reasoning is because, if I quickly rewind it slightly back, you'll see kind of everyone's HPs. So we just wipe off what's it called. So we've just wiped the Mercy. This is a completely one team fight. We just have the Echo left. Look at how healthy everyone is right now. The reason why I would spend my time actually damage boosting your soldier here is allow my Lucio to get some extra healing, because the Lucio will get obviously healing from just standing like in the like aurora of all the team basically. So just allow yourself to what's it called, allow your Lucio to heal the team. But secondly, if we stick the damage boost onto someone else, we clear out this Echo quicker, we cap this point quicker. Okay, so if we can, try just to damage boost here more than healing, so we can clear up this last person and then keep going. But we'll keep going. I feel like you end up doing it with the soldier ever so slightly there, but I would definitely work on it a little bit more. It's fine for you to heal there, maybe if you want to. Okay, this is an opportunity I think that we could spend going up and damage boosting someone. Do we see... Hold on, let me quickly go out of this view. Do you see our soldier? Oh, has he run all the way over here? Because your soldier did run out this way. I would be looking to push up with the damage boost here to, like, what's it called? I would be looking to push up on the damage boost onto your soldier here. He must have just literally just run over here to come and chase the tour, but in which case our beams will still connect here, so we can still like just jiggle peek like this. Basically, whenever we win out a team fight, which is exactly what you've done here, and someone tries to push up, especially if it's like what's called a soldier, we can just push up with the blue beam, allow ourselves to maybe get some staggers and everything, and just go forward. So whenever you see the Mercy, what's it called? Whenever you see someone push up with them as Mercy. We should not be kind of like just sat on the point if we can kind of help it, basically. But it's all good. You were F10. Let me quickly go back. So you end up kind of obviously pushing through with the Marga to like kind of follow up on this, which is fine. Nice. You do as well get in the pick, which is really, really great. Nice damage boost here. I would be damage boosting my soldier here, though, instead of the Marga. The reason is because the soldier will do more damage with the damage boost rather than the Marga. If you kind of compare the two's damage, soldier will do more damage over time with the damage boost rather than the Marga. So I would look to do that. Sorry, everyone. I just had someone come in and just come and chat to me just for a quick second about something important. But we're back. I'm just quickly rewind it just to make sure that we're kind of like back caught up and everything. So we get our beam onto the soldier, which is really, really great. Oh, we end up taking the javelin. Oh, yes. Okay, I want to quickly just rewind all this and have a look at all this again. Because I feel like our beam management is a little bit all over the place. So I love how we go and pick up the soldier here, which is really, really great. This is fine. Unfortunately, we end up getting javelin as we G ourselves forward to keep in beam range, which is completely fine. That's fine. We just need to walk forward again. This is it. Unfortunately, Marga has a really big hitbox. But you know what we can do to get our beam Evers like onto the soldier as quickly as we can? Just walk slightly in front of him. It's only like just for a second that we need to walk in front of him, but just like walk yourself to the side or something. Basically, we just want to remove this big massive man out of our LOS. We just want to get him out of our sight. Even though yes, Margaret is absolutely beautiful, we want to try and get him out of our LOS so we can get onto the soldier. Basically, that's what we needed to do here. But it's all good. Quickly come back onto you. We do end up getting it on in the end, which is really, really great. However, why do we do this little super jump here? We don't need to do this little super jump. But I was just scared. No, it's alright, sweet. We don't need to do this little like mini super jump here. It's not going to give us any better positioning. And also, we have our team that's pushed up here. Also, we see Echo with a focus beam. Do not panic because we're not below half HP. Echo's focus beam will just like do a little like tickle to you basically if you're above half HP. Obviously, as soon as you're below half HP, that's it. You're dead. But if you're above that half HP, it'll literally just like a little tickle. Like it's fine. You are completely fine here. You have your Marga here. You have your Lucio here. You have your soldier here. You have everyone here to protect you here apart from your Sim, which is pushing the cart. So you can very easily just stay pushed up here. Keep pushing this damage boost on the soldier because it'll allow him to like take this really aggressive angle onto the Orisa here basically. But just keep pushed up. We don't need to do like a mini super jump here or like reposition because we were perfectly fine where we are. That's all good. We don't need to push point here. One of my biggest things as Mercy is do not push point as Mercy, okay? Because what ends up happening, can you see how everyone ends up falling because we decided to back off to point? As Mercy, you should never, ever, ever be pushing the payload unless if it's absolutely necessary. The reason is because you will get so much more value out of your blue beams and you'll get so much more value out of your character if you are pushed up with your team. It is better here if your Lucio stays on the point or your Symmetra stays on the point up until this team fight gets a little bit more like aggressive, I guess, and that in which point they can come back and help basically. Remember as well, we don't need to be on the payload like 24/7 either. It's okay if we take a team fight and then go back to the payload, as long as at some point as soon as this team fight I guess is like sort of one people go back to it. But this is not our job to go onto the payload. It is better if we stay pushed up here, we help heal our soldier so he doesn't end up falling. I'm gonna see what we end up doing though, because since we do have a res, so I'm gonna see what we end up doing in a second. Next heals obviously onto Marga. We pop the Valk. Just unfortunately we can't go in res. I'd go and res this here though. I would go and res this around this piece of cover here. If we go and res this orb as well around this piece of cover here, we'd also be out of LOS of the Orisa ult that's just about to happen. But it's all good. Nice heals. Nice res onto the Marga here now, which is really, really great. Just obviously once again drag this res over to the side here. It's being about as hard to res it. I was being about resing it. I would have personally resed it. Obviously, then Orisa ends up using her ult, but we could have definitely resed it maybe around this piece of cover. But it's fine that you don't end up, like, obviously going to decide to go and res it. This is a really good res on your Marga, though. Do not get me wrong. Like, this is a really good res. Just once again, make your positioning slightly more over to here-ish. So, like, drag the res over to here. Because what you end up doing with your res, I'll kind of, like, show you, like, a third-person view in a second. Let's quickly come out of this. Like this. I'll show you what you look like in the third person when you go for this res, okay? Can you see how we end up actually flying into the LOS of these guys? It's really good. Like, it feels like you start... It's really good because it feels like you start the res in the correct way, where it's like, I'm gonna play it out in cover, and then you kind of like get to the end of the res and it's like, yippee! And you kind of like end up just like peeking everyone basically, because you end up, what's it called? You end up kind of like going out into the LOS like this, like, whoopoo! You know? If you can, try to keep the res entirely in this like safe space here, of like this area here, and then we can just back off to our soldier, build like a quick little GA to get back here. Because it's a good res, don't get me wrong. I feel like absolutely amazing. Just ever so slightly correct the positioning on the, just in case these guys decide just to mow you down while you're doing your res. As well, when you get higher up in like higher ranks, people will mow you down when you're doing like little like whippy, like cute little reses like this. Just try to move off to the side, ever so slightly like this. But so good, we'll keep going. Nice damage boost here. This is fine because obviously you try to keep Margaret up, just unfortunately ends up falling. We drop B, okay. Make sure to keep your beam onto your soldier for this entire thing. What is, instead of flicking over to your sim over here, we don't want to flick onto our sim. We don't want to flick onto our sim, and the reason is because, obviously, sim's not really going to do any damage here, so we just kind of like want to stay on the beam of our soldier. So just keep on damage boosting your soldier here, basically. Yeah, we definitely didn't need B, Amber. I wasn't going to mention anything. I was quite glad that you ended up picking it up, though. But yeah, we definitely did not need our B here, but it's fine. We've used it. We just have to advance forward from there and just kind of notify the, you know, knowing ahead that we don't have our beat now for, like, some bigger ultimates, basically. But it's all good. Nice. This is going to be really, really, like, pernickety of me. We can make that a GA bunny hop instead of a sling here. If we just GA straight to the soldier and then cancel it when we get to the soldier and then hold jump afterwards, we get like a little bunny hop effect. It means then that we can have our GA on a 1.5 second cooldown instead of a 2.5 second cooldown. So it just means that if our team decides to push forward, we can then just go forward in with them. It's really, really key that we start utilizing these like cancel GAs when we're playing a Mercy Lucio comp. The reasoning is because when we're playing a Mercy Lucio comp, Lucio can just speed everyone in and you might end up getting left behind by doing a sling. So if we keep on using the cancel GAs as much as we can utilize like Lucio speed boost and we can still keep up with the team, basically. So that's me being like really, really picky with you though. But it's all good. I would just damage boost the soldier here because he's really, really healthy. Nice that you've ended up obviously going forward to him now. I would look to push forward a little bit quicker than what you did, though, because I feel like we are playing... It's really good that you're playing the safety. And honestly, I've not had any issues with your positioning right now, Amber. I feel like your positioning has been good. Where, you know, like, because you're playing back and you're playing in cover, which is really, really great. The issue with your positioning is I feel like you're not playing aggressively enough. You know, like, for example, whenever I'm playing by Mercy, I want to try and play whatever is the safest, as well as, obviously, being the closest to my team as possible. So instead of you being kind of like all the way back here and you see your sim being critical, I would be already playing here. I would already be playing here and trying to just peek the sim if I desperately need to. Can you see how here is still safe, yet you're closer to your team beam-wise compared to you like playing back here? So if you can, try to utilize your really good positioning, because do not get me wrong, like it's really clear that you know how to position, you know how to use your cover, but at the same time we could kind of adapt our positioning from that now and try to use better pieces of cover, basically. I try to stick safety as much as possible, but I struggle with knowing when to be more aggressive. So it's situations like this where it's like you kind of like want to still like be in beam ranges of people. My biggest piece of advice to people that are struggling with like word to position is look to see where you can still play safely yet still be effective with your team. You want to, as much as like as possible of, you know, as of time, still be able to reach people with your beam if they you know they start getting weak. By people I mean like people that are like within like the main section of your team. So for example, let's say you had a tracer that's like over here ish instead, and we had the rest of your team like being the rest of your team. You want to try and position yourself so you're able to kind of like, you know, like still be able to beam the rest of your team, and then if Tracer just decides to blink back for healing, you can do a quick little bounce in out just to try and get to them. But we also try to play like with the team. So playing where you are now is really, really perfect. You could also play like in this room if you wanted to here, so we can like jiggle like between everyone. Basically, you just want to kind of play as you are with your, like, you know, for example with like your safety, because it's very, very clear that you want to play in that safety, which is absolutely amazing. But just try to kind of make sure that, think to yourself, am I still in beam range of like the majority of my team here? That's, I feel like, is my biggest piece of advice I can give for playing aggressively, I guess, with people. But it's right, we'll keep going. Nice healing onto the sim. Once sim's quite healthy here, though, I go straight back to damage boosting the soldier because we want to try and take out that echo. Nice. Make sure we're still damage boosted. I could push forward here. I would push forward here because your Marga wants to get really, really aggressive here. Plus, as well, we know Marga's got his cage fight ultimate. So I'd be looking to push forward here. Looking to maybe like get a stagger because obviously we've ended up getting the Mercy, which is a really, really big pick. But also our Marga's getting really, really aggressive here. We don't have a lot of healing as well. So we want to try and get kills quickly because we want to try and use the speed to get kills quickly and also use our damage boost to get kills quickly. Because the further that we, like, if we elongate out this team fight, what's going to happen is your team are not going to have enough healing because look at their team comp. We have a Moira Mercy. So the Moira and the Mercy are going to do so much high healing output. They're going to be able to stabilize the team a lot longer than Mercy Lucio because Mercy can only do so much healing per second. Same as Lucio. There's no kind of like burst out like the Moira could do, for example, like with the orbs and with the healing. So if we let this team fight go out for longer, then this team are going to win. Because unless if they make like some, you know, big errors, because they will have the more sustainability compared to your team. So what I'm trying to get from this, Amber, this is very, I guess, more so for Mercy Lucio kind of teams, is push up forward here. Be pushed up with your Marga. So what we can do, let's quickly rewind it and I'm going to be you. So I feel like that really, really helps basically. So, I kind of put it from, so this is fine. This is a nice little J obviously to the side here. It's this bit, okay. So, I'm going to be you from this point onwards. So, I'm here. I need to go on here so I can figure it. So, I'm you. I'm going to GA myself forward here to my sim. And I'll be damage boosting my soldier. I will then GA myself forward to play with the Marga, sorry. Do you see how we can, what's it called? Do you see how we can still be like really, really pushed up here and we're still like playing out and safety in that cover? Also, the Marga cage as well provides some, like, really extra cover, basically. We just want to just get as... We want to, like, be aggressive. I don't know if this is just me and my playstyle, because I do feel like I play, like, quite a bit of an aggressive Mercy, but I try to get as much damage boost potential out of all of my team as possible, which is exactly what you can do here by coming forward. I'm just going to watch what you do for the end of this team fight here, because I feel like I did pause it a little bit soon. But do you see how, like, I'm J'ing myself from, like, cover to cover, using those covers to still be able to enable my team out here? I feel like you started to do it here, which is great, but then you obviously jumps to the point. Nice heals onto your soldier here, nice peel. Love how you go straight to your Marga. Really, really nice. And you just see the team fight starting to end. Nice heals onto Marga here. Nice. Just same thing again. As soon as that Marga's run back and he's safe, go to damage boost the sim in order to get rid of the Torb quicker so then we can go and heal up. But other than that, like, really, like, well played there. Love how you go and help out with the cage fight afterwards. I see that you're still getting, like, quite a bit of assist in here as well. So you definitely push this damage boost quite a bit. It's all good, Amber. Really, really great so far. That's you calling out the yours charging. Okay, so start of a team fight. What we're doing, soldiers pushing forward. You will find this a lot of the time with a lot of DPS, like a soldier, for example. At the start of team fights, they're going to push forward. We want to be pushed up forward with them. Because there's no harm in us being pushed up here because the enemy team can't attack us until they attack the soldier. But then we also have our team to GA back to. So I'd be going up here. I'd be kind of like pushed up, kind of like back here-ish, basically. So or maybe like behind this like little like bin basically. So we can still play with the soldier, but if the soldier ends up getting taken out or the soldier wants to run away, we can GA ourselves back to our team. It just allows us to get that extra bit of damage boost in and also maybe possibly get a pick off as well. But we keep going. Because I feel like we've missed out on that full like bit of damage boost potential. Nice beams here. And we end up getting in. Switch to your Marga a little bit quicker here. So, another quick little key piece of advice. Obviously, you guys are going to get rolled here because they have Bastion, they have a high amount of damage, and you don't have enough healing here. But this is just more of a general thing for the future, is when you see people running into little rooms like this, like for example, see how your Marga end up running into a piece of cover? Your Marga's safe now. In fact, your Marga has run to a health pack over here. This isn't a big health pack though, just to, you know, for clarification. But he runs off into cover here. If you see your Marga run off into cover, just leave him because he's safe now. Who are the enemy teams going to be able to help like dive them? Nobody, because it's not like they've got a trace, it's not like they've got a Sombra that's going to go chase them down in this room. So we can very much switch our beams. I honestly, no, Amber, you can't do more in this team fight. Let's quickly go back and let's quickly rewatch it. Because if we have a look at the damage that they do and how aggressive this enemy team is, I don't think there's anything more you could have done. So this is fine. I would have flicked the healing beam onto the Morg a little bit sooner and then gone back to the soldier. But honestly, I don't think that would have saved him. Because look at how much damage they were able to get out here, basically. Because the Bastion's in his turret form. Echo's coming really aggressively with the Mercy. Honestly, I don't think you guys would have won that anyways, no matter what. I just feel like we could have definitely maybe switched up the beams a little bit more here. We could have put the beam onto the Morg a little bit sooner. Then gone back to the what's called the soldier. But because you're rid of this Mercy Lucio, it is like hard for you guys. So honestly, I wouldn't be too worried about it basically. Love your positioning here though, I will say. I love how you're playing up on this high ground really, really safely. But honestly, like, I don't think there's too much more you could have done here. I'm gonna watch the rest of this team fight though and see how it ends up playing out. Sorry, I keep on pressing the wrong buttons. Nice. I'm gonna switch to Sim a little bit sooner here. Nice. And then don't be afraid to damage boost Sim. As soon as, when you see Sim really, really high charge like this, and you see the D.Va, like, backing off because she's got the defense matrix, D.Va obviously cannot DM any of that. Quickly flick the beam onto her. Because if we manage to get the D.Va out of mech, we can then heal up when the D.Va's out of mech, and it's also, like, less damage for the Sim, basically. Just a little, like, beam management here thing, basically. But love how you go to go and peel for her, though. That's really, really great. Nice heals here. Just unfortunate. That's just unfortunate as well. He ends up peeking the Bastion. All good. Just back off here. Oh, go on. Nice. At this point, we just need to back off. Go to spawn. Reset. Go again. Because they're just wasting ultimates now. But without the Amber, I love your positioning, though. It's been really, really great. Nice. Okay, so I start heading out here. I would start heading out and go to my my Sim. Because my Sim is the one that's trying to, like, you know... Hold on. Let me quickly... Your Sim is currently the one that's engaging in the team fight right now. Which we can very easily help by just, like, playing... behind this like little piece of cover here, because we want to try and like maybe get our Sim a pick, or like just play aggressively with her, because us playing round here right now with the Margo is going to do nothing for our team fight right now. So look for your Sim here. Also, because we have switched onto a Sombra, it means then that probably our main blue beam is now going to start being like Margo or Sim, depending on kind of like who's being more aggressive at the time. Right now it's your Sim that's being aggressive, so I push up to maybe about here, maybe come a little bit more closer to here basically, and just send damage boost. But we'll keep going. I'm going to see what ends up happening in this team fight. So Sam has a fall in. Because she was also out in the open against, what's it called? A Bastion, though. Another key piece of advice is look out for your Sombra. Sombra obviously has her translocators to get out of like certain team fights. However, sometimes she will need that extra piece of advice. Extra piece of healing. Especially if... you know, they're running people like a D.Va, for example, that will just go and chase after the translocated Sombra. So if you can, try just to look for when your Sombra translocates and try to kind of, like, help top her up. But other than that, though, really, really great so far. I love how, obviously, you use your belt because you want to try and contest a team fight. I'm going to guess you're going to go for this res now, so I'm going to watch what you end up doing with it. Nice piece of res. Push that. Love this. Love this. Love this. Love this. This, honestly, Amber, this is you are not having issues with your beams. I'm going to be very honest with you. And I feel like the only reason why you feel like you're having issues with your beams is because you're running this Mercy Lucio. The only reason why you're struggling with the beams here is purely because you're running Mercy Lucio. And you feel like, oh, I'm not going to be able to heal as much, okay? And honestly, like, the team fights that you guys have lost, I feel like were lost anyways, even if you had... what's it called? Thingy. I love this entire sequence, okay? Let's quickly rewind it. We could break it down bit by bit. Because I do have some slight little tweaks that we could make, but they're very, very minor. Because you played really, really well here. So, lovely res. I love how you use this cover and you're looking at this Bastion to make sure that he's not shooting you. Because you know the Bastion's not shooting you, you're very free to just do it as you are. Really, really great. Absolutely perfect. Just push that damage boost. Yes, because we have beat. We have beat. Beat provides us with so much extra health. We can push that damage boost. Perfect. Really, really great. This is the slight issue. Don't try to GA into the Bastion because we don't want to take damage here. We're still really safe where we are, so keep playing where we are. we could damage boost Ram a little bit sooner here, and then with the bomb, try if we can with our Valk to play a little bit more close to this ground. So what I would do for this GA, instead of you just flying all the way up here, I would use my thing to fly up to here. The reasoning is because then if the bomb comes out, we could just quickly flick it behind. But also, us playing all the way up here can still make us a target. Now, they don't really have as much of a hit scan apart from like the Bastion basically in order to get us, which is completely fine. But let's say they're running a soldier, we don't want to be flying ourselves all the way up here because soldier can very easily beam us down. Make this more of a GA that's going to be coming down here basically. But other than that though, Amber, you played absolutely beautiful this team fight. Like, love the pushing of the damage boost. Honestly, you played all of this team fight so well. Like, absolute praise to you right there. We keep going though. So nice. Nice push to damage boost as well. When you're coming out your Valk, make sure that we know who we're going to have our beam on at the end of it. Nice heals onto Lucio here. This is another like little mini GA that we don't need to do. Remember, our team is really like what's called. Our team is like really fine right now. So I've been looking just to kind of save my GA, walk forward with the payload. And then we see our Marga running in like he has, going with him. This part I never do, only because I was panicking. Okay, I'll watch it. Nice. Obviously pushing up for the Marga here. Nice. Obviously, we have to heal him here because he's really weak. That's absolutely fine. There was no opportunity here to push his damage boost. That's completely fine because he was so weak and everything with the amount of damage that he was taking. Nice heals onto the sim. Straight back to damage boost. Absolutely beautiful. Nice positioning here. Okay. Quick little thing is this. This is where I feel like your position is getting a little bit iffy, basically. Is this positioning providing us any better cover? No, it's actually providing us worse cover because we've now peeked all of these guys main. Instead, you could have just stayed here. And then if you wanted to push forward, you just quickly just walk around here and play here. The reason is because on this side, unless if you get to where your team is, there is no pieces of cover. And at the same time as well, you still want to kind of like, you still want to play close to them, but still within that beam range. It's a very kind of like weird window. We can do that by playing over here. We want to try and play on this health pack a little bit. So try if you can, if you're safe, stay in that space. And then just kind of use your own movement by walking over here to keep in beam range of these guys. We don't want to be flinging ourselves out over here, basically, because this is just providing us with, like, a really bad position here. We want to try and play over here. Plus, that's what the health pack's been hacked here. So if, let's say, if the D.Va tries to dive onto us, we've got a health pack here that the D.Va cannot take because it's been hacked as well. So just kind of play over here, basically. But it's all good. We'll go back to you, see what ends up happening. We can push damage boost more here because the Lucio can heal up the Morga very nicely. Sim is very aggressive there. Nice res. Using your Morga to res. Absolutely beautiful. Nice. If we're safe staying in that space, that just needed to be a peak instead of a GA. The reason why it should have been a peak instead of the GA, so that means that we can use our GA to get into the Morga there. Because I feel like you end up doing this, like, you end up doing this, the slingy here. You end up doing like this little like backwards in out like this, and then the Morga goes in. It would be better if we just walked out, because remember Sombra's still in beam range. Walked out, put our beam onto the Sombra, and then, oh, Morga's going in. Okay, now we might need to GA ourselves a little bit more forward. We would have been able to save our GA then in order to get in with him and try and keep him up. He has ended up surviving, which is really great. But we'll keep going. Push ends up falling. You prop beat though. Really nice push on the damage boost here. Nice. Just make sure we put up. Okay, I would have put the healing beam onto our Lucio a little bit sooner, but because of the stickies, I don't feel like, excuse me, wouldn't be able to help him out too much, but it's more so like the fault that counts, basically. Bastional. Nice. Just once again, too much damage. Nice. Okay. I love this, can I just say? I love how... Let me quickly rewind it and I'll show you. There, I love this. Okay. So I love how, like, you're getting this pistol out because you know that you've got the Morga to escape. So really nice that, you know, you get the pistol out, firing off this Echo. With this GA that you do in a second now, though, instead of making it to the Morga and across like this, make it more of a GA over here. The reason is because us GAing ourselves all the way out over here is not only making us GA ourselves across a Bastion, which we never ever want to do. If Bastion's in its turret form, we never ever want to peek it. The reasoning is because Bastions find it very, very easy to be able to track people when they're in the turret form, because they'll just go, like, and they'll just absolutely annihilate you, okay? So we don't want to be peeking this. We don't want to be peeking main. We also want to try and cut LOS of this Echo. How can we do that? Because you've done that absolutely perfectly. Can I just say by cutting LOS here? We can JS in the Marga. Ooh, and then bam. Can you see how we're still in safety here because we can back off to spawn if we desperately need to, but also we're still going to be in range of the Marga here. It's just a slight little correction of our positioning here that means that we can still like stay in the beam range, but also not be able to be chased down by the Echo or anything here. So just doing a little like G over here and then playing with the Marga here. But still good. We'll keep going. See what ends up happening with this team fight. Sorry, I'm slowly getting used to doing this. Nice healing here though. Still keep. Oh, okay. We need to stay in beam range of the Marga here. Remember, we're still like quite safe here. It's not like we're being challenged or anything, so we can still stay in beam range of him. If you feel like it's gonna go out of beam range, we can GA ourselves. We can GA ourselves up onto this like on this section here. But we were super safe here. We could just literally just vibe on these stairs and keep the beam onto our Marga. It's just unfortunate there's a helipad right there and he didn't decide to back off to it. But we definitely need to keep our beam on the Marga here a little bit more. Because this, it means now that if we don't have a tank, we're going to find it very, very difficult to push forward. I tried resing him. Okay, let me look. Oh, okay. I respect it. It's just, you end up kind of messing up, I think, with the GA because you end up getting caught on like a little bit of a prop here. This would have been a really good res though if you did manage to get it off, because you've got your Sombra to protect you. You also have Sim in order to protect you here. So it would have been a really, really good one. My GA messed up. It's completely fine, sweet. Happens to the best of us. All good. Yeah, the rest of your team though, Mogs come back really, really quickly. I'd look to res this though, if you could. Nice. What I want you to do here is instead of you using the Marga to do a sling to get over here, use this as a straight GA. There's two reasons why I would like you to use this as a straight GA. The first is that you have less risk of messing it up, because obviously if we end up kind of on a weird piece of cover and we end up like slowly flying over, which is kind of like what you ended up doing, then it obviously means that we might get picked off. The second thing is you end up doing a sling here, which obviously once again increases your GA cooldown. So if you can try to do this as a straight GA. I'm unsure if you were either like struggling to get, you know, your crosshair onto the orb or anything like that. But yeah, I feel like I just created buddy hops and res. Yes, which is why I'm getting at Amber. But I'm really glad that you have that initiative, that you know that's what you should have done. Over that though, really, really great. We get the res off. We looks like everyone's like playing nicely backed off. Went with Valk in here, which is I guess fine, because obviously, you know, we want to try and keep everyone up. Nice. Nice damage with some Marga here. Make sure with your Valks we're not J'ing ourselves in and out of the team as we are. Like, for example, I like how, you know, you still want to, like, keep in beam range of people, but try just to use more, like, J cancels a little bit more. Because it feels like what you're doing is you're J'ing yourself completely into the team and then, like, back out like this. You could just do, like, little J's like this, and then kind of, like, up here, basically. You don't need to be like J yourself in and out of the team, because you J yourself in and out of the team means you might take excess damage. If it ends up being like a really bad bit of excess damage, we can get taken out, okay? We still want to try and like play our beam like really far back, especially with the extended beams in Valk. So what I would like you to do, instead of like you just kind of bouncing in and out as you have just done, you can do like a mini GA but then cancel it really quickly and just play like a little bit further back. Just so we don't accidentally, you know, end up taking that excess damage. But it's all good, we'll keep going. I will say nice damage boost here though, this is really, really great. As I said with the positioning earlier, we can use that health pack side instead of being out main, like I said. They copied you, which is quite fun. Nice, we know Bob's going to come forward. Nice that you play back, because obviously we know Fingy's going to be there. Nice heals here. You have to heal Marga here, because he's just taking so much damage. Lovely res. Lovely res. Lovely. Absolutely, yeah. Oh, okay, okay. This was so well done, Amber. I have a slight little, very small-minded detail about it, but apart from that, you played this so well. Because you know that your Lucio's down, so we have to sit there and heal. I don't think at any point there was any chance to damage boost. Let's be fully, fully honest. Let's rewind it. We'll have a look. It is unfortunate that you died. Okay, so this was already your first absolutely amazing thing. Love how you're waiting for this Bastion ult to go down before we end up going in. We go into Marga. Sure, we can maybe push the damage just a little bit more here at the start. The reasoning is because obviously he's like quite healthy. So we could definitely maybe push it more. Now we have to heal with him because he's just taking so much damage. That is fine. We realize he's gonna die. Love how we go for this res. Love this as well. Love how you take it off to the side. I feel like the only thing we could have slightly done better is take it out of the ult. I feel like when you end up resing, we're still slightly in the ultimate, which means people could have maybe like still got us. Take it outside of the ultimate because we've got the big shield up. Other than that, really, really great. Love how you play back for a sec. We realize we can go to Sombra. We end up peeling back for Sombra, which is completely fine. We push in with Sombra. This is my slight little issue bit. We end up kind of going up in the air like this, and then we end up kind of like just floating about. Make this more of a direct GA over to this piece of cover. The reason, sorry, but this piece of cover, like over here. The reason why I want you to make this a direct GA onto this piece of cover is because we're like kind of like just flying up like this. Someone could very easily just look at you and just start shooting you. Compared to if we're playing on this box and someone decides to shoot you. Oh, yay! Look, I just dropped behind cover. And we're completely playing behind it and nobody can shoot us. And then we can just use our GA to go out, basically. So just make this more of a direct GA up onto this, like, box here. And then they just start shooting you. Bow down, basically. Other than that, really, really great here. Let's quickly have a look here. So what ends up happening now? So you still try to help your Sombra. It's the same thing with the directness of your GA, okay? If we need to get out in order to try and play with your Sombra, we want to make this GA over to here. Because then that means the Echo has to really force herself around in order to try and get to you. And also the Bastion doesn't have LOS now. Scared my beam disconnected, so I was just panicking. No, it's alright, honestly. If your beam has to disconnect for a second because you're trying to save yourself, that is fine. If you're just randomly just jaying about though, obviously that's when issues become like apparent. But right now we're being pressured. We're being pressured by a Bastion. We're being pressured by an Echo. We're even being pressured by the Moira, okay? This is a point where we have to back off ourselves to save ourselves. Because at the end of the day, it's all good trying to keep your team up, but at the same time, if we're dying in order to try and keep our team up, that's not great. Our biggest thing as Mercy is we want to try and keep ourselves up as much as we can. So, make this GA, because we're like about here, weren't we? We're playing over here. We saw that we needed to try and help Sombra. Make this a GA over to here. Or, we could maybe make this a GA up onto this high ground here, because this high ground's really, really great. It's also not been touched whatsoever. This is a really nice piece of high ground. But I feel like in this kind of scenario, we should definitely GA ourselves out into this piece of cover, okay? Make your movement, because I've said this a few times, Amber, where it's like your movement is good, don't get me wrong, but we want to try and make it a little bit more snappy, a little bit more precise. Because, especially when we get up to higher ranks, people will start punishing us for these, like, nice flowy GAs. Because you'll get yourself into the right position. Like, it's very clear to me that you're GAing yourself to a piece of, you know, it's like, I guess, an area of cover, which is great. It obviously shows that you know where you need to position, and it knows, you know, kind of like how you need to move to that position. It's just making it a little bit more snappy and a little bit more precise, because when you get higher up, people will punish you for them floated GAs. It's better if you get to that piece of cover, use that piece of cover, GA to the next piece of cover, okay? So I'd make you, I'd GA myself here, because that means I won't peek main again. I would instead maybe come and peek this angle here, and then if they start pressuring you, GA yourself up onto, like, up here, GA yourself like round here, GA yourself up onto this high ground. Just do something basically. But we can definitely like just wait a second or two and just play back here. Alright, but we'll keep going. Just a push end up falling. Both Mercies have fallen though, and you've got B. You guys should hopefully win this out though. I'll just watch now, see what happens. Why is it? Okay, I was just about to say, why was none of your team on point though? I would have maybe gone Kiri, by the way, for this recon test. The reason is because we don't really have anything to damage boost when you're coming back here. So it maybe just been like a quick Kiri for the Zuzu. Because we don't have any like ultimates we can damage boost. So it would have been better if we just came back as Kiri there. But other than that, honestly, I'm just going to quickly just do a quick pause here. In a second, actually, because I don't like that noise. That's really annoying me. Amber, you have no problems with your beams. The only reason why you're having your problems with your beams at this very moment in time is purely because of the most Lucio. Other than that, Amber, you're playing absolutely amazingly and you do not deserve to be in silver. This is really, really good Mercy gameplay. I will say, this is absolutely beautiful. Honestly, like, the only issues that you're having is purely just because of your positioning, and it's because you're playing too safe. I need you to just play a little bit more aggressively with your positioning and still keep that safety that you're trying to get. But honestly, it's still amazing. Genuinely, like, you're playing really, really well. We'll keep going though. I'll kind of fast forward it a little bit more. Skip it forward to when we're gonna start. There we are. Cool. Nice. Okay, so we're running obviously an Ashe with everyone now. Where's your Ashe? Your Ashe is playing really aggressively. I like how you don't go with your Ashe because obviously you have this Mercy Lucio, so it means you have to play with your team a little bit more. If you were in team chat here, I would have maybe said to your Ashe, like, hey, like, we're running Mercy Lucio, we need to stay as a team. So I love how you haven't gone with her and instead you're playing with your team here. Focus purely your damages onto the Marga here because Marga's probably going to get the most done with your damage boost here. So just stay here and just damage boost your Marga. And hope your Ashe doesn't die. I don't know why your Morgus. This is not on you, by the way. I know that it feels like, what's it called? That you're like, oh, my Morga fell. I don't know why your Morga's on the side. Let's be fully honest. Because if we're talking, like, in reality, let's have a look. Why is your Morga trying to play over here when the point's over here? Your Morga should be playing over here. So it's absolutely not your fault that the Morgans are dying here. Love how you go for this like nice res though, with like nice straight GA to, you know, in order to like go up there basically. This isn't on you though. Your Morgan should be playing like and holding this angle here. So that's not on you. Really, really great though. Keep going. Obviously Lucio ends up falling because once again he's playing too aggressively. Nice that you're playing around this pillar. Okay. Ooh, go on, go on. Quick little thing, if you don't know, Amber, you can change your pistol sense to be a little bit lower. It will help you with your aim. I think definitely try to lower that a little bit more so we can, like, we're not, like, like panicking with it. We can just, like, kind of home down the aiming a little bit more here. I feel like we don't actually need to GA into the Bastion here, though, which is a little bit of an issue, and we shouldn't be trying to GA into people like that. I'm going to show you what you could have done instead. I need to change that, yeah. I've got it at 75%, so if that helps. It's still quite fast. Okay. So we end up kind of GAing ourselves, and then we end up in this bad spot because we don't have our GA. How can we get to this Morga now whilst also playing out of LOS of this Bastion? We can do a... what we can do is we can GA into the Morga here and do a slight wall bounce into this room. Because then it means then that we're still pushed up with the Morga because we can like now play in this room, but also we're completely out of LOS of the Bastion. Do you see now how we're completely still in safety, yet we're still trying to help people with our beams because we're pushed up in another good piece of cover? So you don't need to kind of like keep GAing main here and be like, oh, but there's a Bastion, and keep on like GAing main. Adapt to our position. We can even GA to the frog over here and just go back in here basically. We just want to try and make it so we're pushed up in this room with the Morga. Alright, we'll keep going. I'll come back to you. Obviously we do end up focusing down, which is all good. Your team end up getting in, which is great. And we just end up resetting. Your Ashe is still playing very aggressively, which I will say. Nice. Where was your Torb? Is your Torb all the way over there? Okay. That's not on you either. I don't know why your Torb's all the way over there. That's fine. Nice backing off here. That's fine. You healing here because obviously he is Discord orbit and everything as well. My other thing is don't back yourself too much off here. I love how you're so correct in your positioning. This is really, really great. You know, that you're still trying to find these, like, nice pieces of cover. But at the same time, you know, we still have our Ashe. We still have our Ashe that's still playing really, really aggressively here. And also, we're still not in LOS of these guys. We can still definitely maybe play around this core and still play with the Ashe here because we still want to try and get the Ashe out. Remember, yes, your Ashe is still playing on an aggressive angle, but we still don't want to kind of, like, leave her by herself. So if you can, try just to adapt our positioning ever so slightly. Don't play over here because as well, your Morga's not been doing anything over here. Instead, try to be with your Ashe and play here. Alright, we'll keep going. Nice, your Ashe is kind of out of your LOS now, so that's absolutely fine. Nice, J off to the side. Nice. Nice, J obviously is going to help your Lucio. Nice. Lovely res behind the car as well. You did absolute, like, right beam management there and everything. Absolutely perfect. Nice. And we'll just reset and go again. Your Ash is so aggressive as well, can I just say? Oh, good. I'd say pushed up damage to your Morga here because you can still stand on this this angle here and damage to your Morga. I don't know why your DPS are being so aggressive here. This is completely, like, not your, what's called, not your problem, them being so aggressive. I would just kind of, like, sit and play back here and just keep damage boosting your Morga. Nice. By the way, if you want to come out with your Morga here, just J yourself to this car here, just so you're still trying to, like, what's it called? Try to still keep Jing yourself out into, like, these pieces of cover, just to make sure you're not still stood out in the open. So use your J to come to the car, see Morga coming back, use him to J yourself back, or use whoever you are there to J yourself back, basically. Nice. Obviously, we have to heal him out because it's discorded. Nice. Nice damage boost here. Obviously, he ends up getting discorded, and he's really, really weak. We end up popping Val because he goes in really aggressively, which is completely fine. Nice. Obviously, he's taking so much damage. Nice healing again. Lovely insta-res. My only thing was with this... Oh! Sorry about that, everyone. My only thing about this insta-res is if you can try to make sure that you're using your Lucio to J yourself out. Because you end up kind of like just vibing about for a second, like, yay, I did a res, okay? Which is good, really, really great. But make sure that we're looking for like, a J target to get ourselves quickly out of here. Because we don't want to be hanging about. We don't want to be hanging about after this res, especially when it's like a little bit more of a risky one like that. Make sure that we have ourselves that escape route. Other than that, really, really great. We've dropped B. Let's see what keeps on happening. Make sure it be that we're just pushing the damage boost. Let's quickly rewind it because I feel like going back by 20 instead of kind of going a little bit weird. Yeah. So we see that Lucio's weak. As soon as Lucio drops his beat, push the damage boost here. Because we know that Lucio's going to be fine because he's managed to get the beat off. So it means now that, what's called, we could just push the damage boost here. Push the damage boost, get these elims, get those picks, and win out this team fight quickly if we damage boost here. Because you're kind of leaving the beams onto the Lucio, but remember, the Lucio's going to be fine here. Nice, you are on point now, so nice how you realise that and go with your Lucio. Nice. With this super jump, make it up onto the high ground, by the way, so in case the Echo tries to come to you, you can, like, back off onto the high ground. But nice. We have your team back now, so I look to damage boost someone else, like your Ash. Keep damage boosting here. Everyone's really, really healthy. Nice. Really, really great. I would honestly, for this bit, I would just stay on the ground here. Because there's no need for you to flick up onto here because it'll, like, provide attention for the Bastion, so we don't want to be going up there. Just play by the side and kind of, like, just push in with your team as you are doing right now. This was a heal bot moment with the Lucio because I was waiting for our team to come. Oh, wait. Oh, coming up here? Oh, you mean on the point? I've hold on. Let me quickly go back. We can have a look. Ow, that really hurt my ears. Okay, so let's review this. So this is fine that you heal him up a bit, but it's, like, if you know that he's not taking too much damage and he's above this half HP, against these two characters, you just want to keep Lucio above half HP. Honestly. And we could definitely push the damage boost a little bit more. The reasoning is because, let's have a look at these two characters. Moira does minuscule damage to him, unless if, you know, it will take forever for Moira to get a pick here. And also, with the Echo, right? Echo is only going to really do a good amount of damage if she's doing the focus beam. Because the focus beam obviously will affect people that are below half HP. She's already used her stickies because we've seen that as we've come in and she's missed her stickies. And all she's going to have is her tri-shot now, basically. So, what I would like you to do here is kind of help damage boost the Lucio a tiny bit more than what you're doing, and also make your J up here, basically, because then it means A, that you're out of LOS of these guys already, but also B, we're getting this Lucio to have a little bit more extra damage, because right now, like, he's completely fine, he's really above that, you know, damage, like, you know, he's above that threshold for these guys to do any kind of bits of damage to him. We could definitely push that damage boost. Obviously, this fully depends on, like, who he's attacking and what, you know, what the kind of scenario is. Like, let's say it was a Bastion here that was like using his like turret form. Like, that point you'd have to heal. But right now, with the damage that these guys can do, we can very easily push the damage boost a little bit more. But it's all good. I would then switch to Ashe as soon as I know my Ashe is back to be able to like damage boost to get these guys out a little bit quicker. And then just push the damage boost some more here. Oh, and that really, really great. Really, really nice. So I push up now with the rest of your team. Just once again, we talked about, obviously, don't go up here because we don't want to be in LOS of the Bastion. Try and still play, like, low to the ground. Don't be doing, like, a little super jump there as well to make sure that we're still, you know, being able to be in beam range of these guys. I just put my beam onto the Ashe here. Ashe will do so much damage here from a distance because, obviously, you know, Ashe is more of a longer range hero. So we don't need to be desperately pushed up to these guys unless we need to heal them. I would have just sat back here and just damage with my Ashe. Oh, and that'd be really, really great. And yeah, just send damage with Ashe here. Your oh, I've got out the view. Your Torb, I don't know one if your Torb's doing, I will be honest. We end up obviously GA ourselves forward. If we know that the res is impossible, don't go for the res. Your Torb is just being really, like, ridiculously aggressive for some reason. Nice heals here. Good management of the beams. Nice. Okay, let's back this out. Because I feel like we don't end up reacting to the Bastion. Because I can hear the Bastion. So this is fine. Okay, so we hear the boo, 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 you know, like the little Bastion. That's when we know he's going to be going into turret form. And we can hear him to our left. Where is he going to be? He's going to be here. Because this is the only section where he can come out, basically. So how do we change our positioning in order to make sure that we're out of LOS of him? We need to J ourselves forward. This is a point where we need to be aggressive. I would J myself forward here and play here. And then just kind of, obviously, I'll be kind of like quickly flicking between these guys. Obviously, because look at the Morga's health bar on our screen. But also, what's called, we can go back to go and help our Ashe as well desperately if we need to. Right now, we want to try and play our life, play out of LOS of that Bastion and just come forward here. For, like, just hard commit in with the Morga. Because then it means that we don't end up kind of like just waltzing about like we end up doing. We could maybe G ourselves up onto the high ground as well, but that means we have to kind of like crouch down and be out of the beam range. And we need to desperately keep up our Morga here. So our best bet is just to drop forward and play with him here. But it's all good. We keep going. So then you realize he's here. If you realize he's there, don't G into him. Nice positioning here though. Really nice positioning. Push the damage boost here. Nice. Nice. Really, really nice. Really nice Valk there. I don't think anyone was going to be able to contest. Nice. Amber. Absolutely amazing. Genuinely. Like, you are not a silver Mercy at all. Not one bit. Because that was beautiful gameplay. Honestly. You deserve, like, gold plat. Even maybe, like, low diamond. Like, that was really, really well played, Amber, honestly. It's very, very clear that you know how to play Mercy and you know how her kit works. You are playing absolutely beautifully, okay? I have so many positives to give. It's absolutely amazing. It's actually genuinely insane. It's very, very clear that you know how to use Mercy's kit. And you as well saying, oh, I could have done this slightly better by doing a GA bunny hop. It very shows me that you know Mercy's movement, not just at a surface level of here's how you sling, here's how you bunny hop. Sorry, not here's how you bunny hop. Here's how you sling, here's how you super jump. It's very, very clear that you know that movement, but to a much deeper level because you know about the bunny hops, you know about other little bits and pieces and everything. So it's very, very clear to me that you know Mercy's like movement down to a T, which is really, really great. Your res is really good as well, Amber. I love how much cover you use. I love as well how you're checking what the enemy team are doing as we're going for that res. Really, really nice. Absolutely beautiful. Valks are really good as well, like the timers of your Valks. I love how much you're pushing your damage within the Valks is really, really great. Positioning as well is absolutely amazing. However, my thing, which I guess brings on to what I need you to improve on now, the main thing that I need you to improve on now is with your positioning, try if you can to position yourself a little bit more aggressively. But what I mean by this is still trying to use your pieces of cover, but at the same time still try like you know, to like keep in beam range of people. So we want to try and use our GAs to get ourselves into like still pieces of cover, but still wanting to be in beam range of these guys. And also my second thing is obviously utilizing the cancel GA a little bit more, or utilizing like straight GAs instead of like slings, so we can keep it up. Keep up, what's it called? Keep up with people, basically. Excuse me, but other than that, Amber, honestly, an absolutely amazing VOD, genuinely. Appreciate so much. I've been feeling a bit iffy about my Mercy gameplay lately, but you guys make me feel so much better. Honestly, do not feel iffy at all, Amber. It's absolutely amazing gameplay, genuinely. Like, you played absolutely amazingly. It's literally just, there's like certain like little bits and pieces, but I think the main thing is just obviously trying to stay with your team a little bit more and playing a little bit more aggressively. As soon as you started doing that and keeping up with your team a little bit more, and you'll obviously, as you do that, you'll develop your game sense a lot more and everything. It'll all come together. But yeah, thank you so much to everyone, obviously on YouTube as well as on Twitch have been watching this. You saw at the beginning how you can get your own VOD, so if you guys want to, you know, have a look at that, both you're welcome to. But obviously if you have any more questions, you can hop onto the Twitch and come and say hello to everyone. Obviously we're more than welcome to answer any questions there. Or if you have any, you know, you want to come and join the Discord and have any questions there, by all means you're welcome to ask them there. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Bye!